All right, and we should be live. You guys will just be greeted by my little Minecraft desktop background this time because the display capture, or the game capture, rather, for Skyrim doesn't appear to be working, among other things. You made it? Yeah, we finally made it. Oh my goodness. You know, and yeah, it's a bit of a Yeti in my spaghetti situation. I gotta give the announcements online now, actually. Even though I had gone right into just streaming, not doing the intro, because oh my gosh, it has been a nightmare. I am officially stressed the fluff out, man. Oh my goodness gracious. The computer has continued to give me so many issues, but you know what? We're here. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Nothing freaking happens. We're gonna take it easy tonight. We're just gonna do some reading. We're just gonna do some reading tonight. Shouldn't be anything too crazy. I swear. Yeah, Skyrim 3 in for loop. It really did. It really did. I intended to start streaming at the usual 11 p.m. I was earlier I was actually taking a look at starting earlier than usual. I was taking a look at starting at 10 p.m. But then we were having dinner. I was like, you know what? We'll start at our usual 11 p.m. It's whatever. But it'll be just fine. All of a sudden, Skyrim decides to I don't know, something within the Skyrim.exe got corrupted, and we have been spending nearly the last 2 full hours fixing it. It has rocked the freaking house, man. But we are back. Thank you so much for your patience, one and all. If you are here, I apologize if you've been, optimistic to see me at the usual 11 p.m. You were not wrong. The Force had called out to you and gave you the positive affirmation that... Oh, shucks. Oh, Ricari's also here. Hi, Ricari. Howdy, fellow sheriff. And so is Private Butts with the new subscribble. Hey, thank you so much for the subscription there, Private Butts. Thank you so much. You guys have been so generous with the subscriptions. Like the gifted subscriptions and your subscriptions of your own. It really means so much to me. Thank you so much, guys. I freaking love and appreciate the heck out of you. How the heck are you guys doing tonight? At least it was just a Skyrim thing and not another computer issue. Yeah, it was ultimately fixed. And we are here. And we're just gonna take it easy. The stream will probably not be anywhere as long as I would like it to, but ultimately we will feel it out. We're just gonna be playing some Skyrim, but pretty much just sticking to story reading this time because I don't know how much energy I'll have. Here, actually, let me go ahead and get the game up. I don't know what the frick I'm doing. Hold on a second here. Muy professional of me. Death to ads. Death to ads! Toss my back out with the snow? Oh, with shoveling the snow? Oh my goodness gracious. Shoveling snow is about as fun to me as it is trying to golf and take it seriously. It just gives me an aneurysm. I do not. I take zero joy in shoveling the snow. No cub program in my youth has convinced me shoveling snow is fun. All right, there's no song, there's no jingle, there is nothing you can supply me. There's nothing you can groom me with to convince me that shoveling snow is fun. All right, all it does is break my heart. I wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy, and then all the snow, it proceeds to inconvenience me with its existence in our driveway and sidewalks. It is a plague. I love snow. I do not like any yard work I don't like yard work in general. I don't know. Oh shucks. Oh man. Oh my lord. Golf is way less bad on your body. Not if you're me. I throw something out every time I try to go golf when I was a cub with my father. Like he would just take me out to go golfing in the most random of places just for fun, because where we live is in a valley. And so there are like lots of places where you just kind of, you know, you drive up to a place, you perch up on a point, you just drive the ball out. I mean, like, it's fun to watch it go flying, but I'd always throw something out. Oh my lord. Also, I'm not ready to let go of these little lights that are on the top of the stream capture. I'm just not. I love these lights so much. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm probably gonna implement like some kind of lighting fixture that's kind of like this, to like permanently stay. Because I don't know. I love the little lights. I love the decoration. So I think we're gonna implement something else that is a bit more permanent. But let's see. On a 20 stream streak. Hot dang, dude. Well, thank you so much for all of your continued support. I'm freaking rooting for you to keep on going, but holy smokes, 20, that is a huge feat. Thank you so much, Ricari. That is cray cray. That is a box of cray cray Ola crayon. What in the world? Or hold on a second. I gotta go ahead and I gotta get down here. There we go. Let's see. We're lucky you've only had a shovel twice this year so far. Yeah, I know. I'm a big baby. I'm a I'm a newborn panda cub. I'm a newborn baby bear cub. All right. I just whine. I just don't like snow. I don't like shoveling snow. But it hasn't been that bad. We've only had a shovel twice. Why is he naked? What? Why is brother naked? What in the world's going on?
Even with the colleges laid back,
I'm working on some.
Arneo, why are you naked, brother? What is going on here? Interesting. Also, why are my expressions working? Are we just continue to have like all this stuff going? Hold on a second. Okay, that was very. Okay, sorry, that was really fun for me to watch there. I didn't realize I could do that. Hold on a second. Okay, all right. So I'm having way too much fun with this now. So wait, does it just not work? Is it because of how I reinstalled Skyrim? Do I have to make it into windowed mode? Probably. Also, I don't know what I just did. Hold on a second. Bear with me, guys. We've been having technical issues all night. I think I have to relaunch Skyrim into windowed mode. Let me see. They're your MLK daylights. Why is my brain is going straight to Martin Luther King? They're your Martin Luther King daylight. You could not be meaning Martin Luther King. What what are MLK daylights? May you please inform me. Oh my goodness. It said that the IRC client doesn't count for streaks. IRC client. What is it? IRC. You are slapping me with some terminology. You gotta educate me, bro dear. MLK Day is the next holiday. Wait, is it really? Wait, Martin Luther. Wait. 19th? Is it really? Is it bad that I forgot that? I'm very bad at tracking holidays, to be completely honest. Goodness gracious, I'm coming across as all mannerisms of unprofessional and uncultured. I am painting the biggest, reddest target on my back. I'm just asking to be made fun of, man. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh, okay, hold on a second. So we gotta go back into Steam. We're gonna go ahead and get back to the launcher here, and I think the reason the expressions aren't working. So I had and Maddie was kind enough to help me. Widescreen, windowed mode, and borderless. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and go to high. Yeah, I think that's what it is. When we reinstalled Skyrim, of course, it freaking reset everything. But yeah. Ricari earlier was saying we got hit hard with a blizzard. New Year's Eve even had thunder snow. Thunder Snow sounds like one heck of a villain. I'm not gonna lie. You know, if I'm at a superhero gig and I come across a villain named Thunder Snow, I think I'd take him seriously. I'm not gonna lie. Thunder Snow. That sounds hardcore. Hold on a second. So we can go into windowed mode now, and expressions are still not working. Gosh darn it, dude. There is no break. Yes, and I had to take out all the mods too. I think there was something with the mods that had corrupted the game, and that is why the Skyrim game itself had become corrupted, and we had to basically take it all out. The heck is that? Hold on a second. And my axe. Hey Pyro, how the heck you doing, buddy? Why the heck is it? It is not letting me move my cursor to the outside. This is a pain in the neck, dude. Hold on a second. Let me go back. Because now it won't let me move my cursor to the other window at all. Holy shucks, dude. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna be like a hard. This is gonna be like a hard 80-20%, like 80% just chatting and storytelling, 20% actually like actually playing this game or having the game active. Oh my lord. Hey, thank you so much for the hydrate volley. How the heck are you guys doing tonight? I don't know if you caught any of that. We've been having a heck of a time with Skyrim tonight, honestly. So let's go ahead and get these active. And you know what? I guess ultimately these things are going to happen. We've been having technical issues, and who's to say that it's the fight is easy, right? So let's go ahead, get back into Steam. I'll just go ahead and put it back into the full screen mode. I really don't know what we can do about that. Been listening for a minute. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that you're here, buddy. Hey, how was the New Year's for everyone? I know Ricari had said that they got blasted with a blizzard on New Year's Eve, but how was the holiday itself for everyone? We had Maddie and myself had a good time. We visited some friends and family, and we had just gotten back. Was that last night? Technically the night before, right? Because now technically it's Saturday over here on the East Coast. Yeah, so I had to take out all these mods, and that means that the update that I had for the College of Winterhold had been undone. And I'll bring it back, but again, there was a corruption with the mods, I'm pretty sure, which really jacked up our usual start time and our plans, which I can definitely play some more Skyrim tomorrow with the mods back in place. But tonight we're just going to be reading stories, because I don't know how long I'll actually have energy. Because like I was saying, we just got back, and I had tried taking a nap earlier, and then even earlier than that, and both times the nap did not really work out. So I am well done, as they call steaks in Outback Steakhouse. Well done. I'm thoroughly cooked, guys. Thoroughly cooked. But you know, I'm okay. Okay. Pyro says today was good. Made a new chainmail ring jig. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Tell me about that. New chainmail ring jig. How'd you formulate that construction? What is the new jig? That is if you care to disclose. You know, I'm always fascinated by that kind of thing. I mean, after all, I've been in medieval reenactment for a while. I used to do cold foraging, but not that a lot of the terms really stuck for me. It's been a while. Dwarven helmets. Now, I would probably want to get rid of some of these things. Probably sell a lot. I am actually really hurting in the weight department. I'm really my carry weight's already at 1 away from being over encumbered. It is no good. So, I don't think I need those. I mean, I think I might honestly port around I may actually, isn't there, maybe I could temporarily, I could put in a console command. I mean, we've been doing console commands on this run, and it's been whatever. Maybe if I set carry weight, hold on. What would the command be? Let me see that. Oh boy, nothing more stable than a Beth save with missing mods. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fluffed up, man. It's gonna be great. I'll get the mods reinstalled with some time tomorrow, among other things. And we'll do another Skyrim stream this weekend, perhaps, or we could do more Red Dead. Tonight we're just gonna keep it light because of how everything's been going. And this is where's my other? Hold on a second. I'm trying to look up the command here for the set carry weight. Never mind. All right. I don't know why Arniel Gain is naked. I think that might be a little bit of what Private Butts has been talking about. But yeah, rest in peace, our beautiful, beautiful upgraded College of Winterhold. It has been done dirty. We went ahead. We read those books that were that we retrieved for the quest for Urag. Let's go ahead and turn those in. Oh, he's just chilling down here. Here are those books that went missing.
Well, and you seem to be in one piece.
I think we actually died a few times. Being in one piece is kind of an overloaded statement.
Night of Tears, eh? I remember this one.
Oh yeah, and then we have the orb that we've been pondering. Is now officially here in the college. That's a good time.
You should mention that.
I was looking up some theories about it actually. That's been pretty cool.
I suppose you've earned these.
So he gave me new books, actually. Daughter of the Niben, Ratio Phylogeny, 2920 Hearthfire, Volume 9, Catalog of Weapon Enchantments, Response to Barrow's Speech, The Black Arts on Trial. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Well, he just gave me some good stuff. Let me see. Hold on.
Please make sure your hands are clean before touching anything. All right.
I don't. Do we have a Zir? Tradija Ziri? At least I think that's what it is. Line and lore. Pension of the Ancestor Moth? I didn't realize Ancestor Moth's got a pension. That's pretty cool. Private Butts. Oh, okay. Carry weight. Thank you. You know what? I am. Wait, Tolfdir is also naked now. Oh my goodness gracious, dude. Everybody getting freaky at the College of Winterhold. They're just bare, and they're all here on college grounds. Shucks. I didn't realize they partied this hard for New Year's at the College of Winterhold. This is crazy. Player. Dot set of carry weight. I'm just gonna go ahead and I don't know, set it to 500 for now. Well, what is it? 405 currently. That should go ahead and because I don't want to cheese it too much.
If you're feeling adventurous,
I
always looking.
Wanted to buy books. Yes.
I have a few things
books, please.
Around
Thank you.
that weren't worth adding to the collection.
Wolf Queen Volume 2, 3, Oblivion Crisis would be good. The Dragon Break's I think the Dragon Break would be a fun one to read. City of Stone, Blessings of Sheo, Black Arrow Volume 1. I don't know if we have Madmen of the Reach. Saints and Seducers, Ancestor Moths losing their pension because the society's in a bad spot. Report disaster at Ionith. Mortal Blood, I know we have. Heretical Thoughts, I think we have. Biography of Baron's Eye, Volume 1, I'm not sure if we have. Azir, I'm not sure. Dance and Fire, Volume 4. Why don't...
Until next time.
Yeah, we'll work with these. Oh, the carry weight's to 605. Interesting. So I think... Okay, so that doesn't take into account the modifier. Interesting. Okay. So I'm gonna want actually. Wouldn't there be a hold on? There should be a There should be an enchanting table at the Hall of Attainment we're gonna see what we can take apart here.
It is difficult to admit, but
And after we maybe reduce some weight on those weapons and sell some weapons for some more cash, that'll give us some more money to buy some more books. Enchanting table. Enchanting table. No? On the 3rd floor? I forget. Looks like there's force app now to do perma changes. Ooh, interesting. Alright, so not in this one. It must be in the other hall, because I'm not seeing it here.
I think the college is due for a changing.
Setup does reset when you reload a save. Okay. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you very much for that help, Private Butts. That means a lot, buddy. Pyro, in regards to the chainmail jig, I think. Pretty simple, albeit rough. My brother broke my corded drill a while back. Oh, wait, where's the door to this other? Here it is. And I'm using a brace and bit to do most of my drilling. Drilled 4 holes to accommodate 2 ring sizes. Ooh. 1 3/4, 1 7/16 for my winding dowels. Chopped one side off to leave a half hole to make pulling the dowels out and off easier. That's neat. It sounds like you actually managed to incorporate a few tricks from up your sleeve to make the process a little more ergonomic, honestly. That's pretty radical. That's pretty radical. That is some smooth going there, Pyro.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
May you actually remind me? I think we had discussed before what the chainmail was for. Did you say you were looking to make a full cuirass, or are these like accents that you're applying for an accessory? I don't exactly recall, but if you'd be so kind as to remind me what it's for. It has been a while since I think we've discussed this. We're gonna go to the Archmage's quarters. I'm gonna just use his enchanting table to get some of these getting and got. Ooh, I have no idea what that's about. I do not want to be involved. Disenchant, high braces of welding, da 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 da. Nope. Okay, there's nothing to disenchant. All right. Well, at least we hunted out for it. And to see what we could do there. So it looks like we're just gonna be selling a bunch. Who can we sell? Oh! Oh! I don't know. I don't know what the, that doesn't, oh! Oh, what is going on here? Oh, this game, okay. Did we break the game? I don't, maybe taking out all these mods maybe broke the game a little bit. That is new. This is looking, oh my gosh. Okay. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna be a rough time. I will see what other artifacts, might be, hanging around out here in the world since we took away all the mods. This is oh my gosh. Okay, I am actually pretty drastically nervous about this. I have no idea what we've brought upon ourselves by uninstalling all these mods.
There's a nip in the air.
There's a nip in the air. Oh my gosh, it's the courier!
Got something I'm supposed to deliver.
Your hands only.
Let's see here. There's a new museum opening up in Dawnstone.
Oh, okay, that's a cool quest. All right.
Invitations to travelers. Looks like that's it.
Technically, Haberjan? What is a Haber? I don't even think I'm pronouncing that right. Hold on a second. Let me look that up. Haberjan. Oh, it's okay. It's a medieval male shirt. How the heck have I not come across that kind of term before for that? Oh, it's synonymous with Hauberg. Oh, okay. So Habergian? Hold on a second. Pronunciation. Oh no, I was right. Habergen. Okay, it means little Hauburn. Interesting. That's quite fascinating. Okay, I actually didn't realize there was anything synonymous. Yeah, Little Hobbit. Yeah. Well, I learned something new today. Honestly, it's kind of ironic with how much exposure I've had to a medieval community. There's a lot of terms that you're coming out with that I've just somehow never heard of before. So I actually appreciate your insight for that reason alone, honestly. Dwarven helmet. I don't. I will get rid of the Dwarven helmet. I will sell the battle axe there. Bleeding, magic and damage. That's actually pretty good, but I don't know. I'm kind of going for the mage build anyways. I think I'll be fine.
Don't forget to check.
I'll go ahead and break down the goat hide a little bit. Oh wait. Oh, you need 2 goat. Okay, so okay.
Have you met my father?
So I kind of slipped there a little bit.
You call yourself a wizard? I challenge you to a duel.
Oh wait, what is going? Oh, do we? Yeah, let's cook them.
The gods will be the judge of that.
Firebolt. Oh my god! Oh my god! No shot. That. What the heck? Bro actually cooked me alive so hard I got sent back in time. Holy smokes, dude. Never mind. Okay, I'm not taking that again. Oh my gosh. Oh, hold on a second. We got the freaking. There we go. Now the chat is back to normal. Using the rings in 3/4 of about 600 into the project, over halfway. Honestly, insane. Honestly, mad props to Pyro over here. Your what's the word I'm looking for? Your determination, honestly. Your resilience in the task is absolutely absurdly impressive. I'm gonna hand it to you, Pyro. Oh, hey, Fushi. How you doing today? I'm doing all right. I'm still a little flustered because there has been some Tom fluffing foolery going on with Skyrim. The game somehow got corrupted. I had to uninstall it. I uninstalled all the mods, and now we're finding some pretty fun artifacts all around the place. So we're just gonna take it in strides, and we're just gonna read. I'm just trying to rack up as many books as I can to have an extended story time. All right, we're gonna go with the
I've been looking for you.
Tomfoolery, nice. It's been a nightmare, actually. Oh my
Let's
lord.
see here.
But but again, we're taking it in strides here.
The owner is asking me to hand out invitations to travelers. Looks
Yeah,
like
we'll go
that's
ahead and
it.
pick up this.
Got to go.
This.
Yes.
I fear no man except that one. He actually freaks me out a little bit. I'm not dealing with him. Yeah.
What do you need, my friend?
Better than how morning is going. I mean, I'm leveling out pretty. Yeah, like my morning. I mean, it's been getting this morning's been a little contentious. I mean, I tried getting a nap in once or twice today, and that did not work out. So I'm a little steamed. But in regards to your morning, do you mean? Oh, better than how my morning is going. Oh, I'm sorry, Fushi. Well, I hope you have a good time while you're here so you can take your mind off things, pal. Private Butt says, sounds like you're having better luck than me with your craft projects. I had a 14-hour pro shucks. 14-hour print fail because the Sunlude Pet G and Insane Smart Pet G did laminated from each other? Oh, my lord. You know, one of the materials being infamous for being too sticky. I don't know what they added their blends to do that, but I want my $5 back from the material waste. That's freaking diabolical. I am so sorry.
Got
What
something
in the
for
world?
Just about everybody in here.
It's always the worst when the freaking
Some
batch
may
is
call
very
this
slightly
junk.
off kilter with
Me,
this
I call
formula.
them treasures.
All right, let's go ahead and ooh, Biography of Baron is I at 1, 2, and 3. Fall from Glory. Candlelight. Uncommon Taste. I don't know if we have. What do we have We already have Dance and Fire. I'm going to sell him that copy of Dance and Fire, the copy of Beggar Prince. We have Biography of Baron Zaya 1 and 3. We have 4 Things of Chance's Folly. Let's go ahead and sell those. Galarian the Mystic, we have a copy of. Mixed Unit Tactics, we have a copy of. Black Arrow. We have so many Cities of Stone. Monomyth. Baron Zaya. 3 and 5. How many freaking copies of Wolf King and Baron Zaya are there? That's crazy stuff, dude. Let me check the house and see if I have Biography of Baron Zaya Volume 2 and Breeze Home, because if they do, I mean, I'll just read Biography of Baron Zaya. Just read the full series. I think there's only 3 volumes. I haven't actually gone on my way to collect them all. Biography of Baron Zaya. I'm actually going to go ahead and take all of these so I can take into account all my different copies, all like my duplicates and stuff. I'm going to do the same thing at Hendraheim as well. And then since we already kind of went to the merchant here, then I don't really need to come back to Breeze Home. Let's check out our books in Hendraheim. And then honestly might go around to a couple more cities just to collect a couple more books. Or see what else is out there. And honestly, that should be a good collection to go. I don't know. We got a ghost in here? What in the world? Got a ghost in here, dude. Freaking messing up my stuff. Alright, where are the bookshelves in here? I forget. Pyro says I've been twisting and cutting all the rings by hand thus far. I'm not going to change the way I do it till I finish. Honestly, respect. Respect. Again, your determination is super impressive. All the power to you. Let's see here. Did we never put any books on display at Hendraheim? Are we serious right now? I could have sworn we did. Did I just go off of books that were lying around here? I guess we could. Honestly, yeah. Why don't we... I see, the thing is I love the prop placement. I love the prop placement when it comes to these books. So I'm probably just gonna like almost tour around and just pick up a book. Baron Zaya Volume 5. Oh, I never picked up Baron Zaya Volume 2. F. Okay, hold on a second. Well, let's go back to Whiterun. Because we already established we didn't have Biography of Baron Zaya Volume 2. How many hold on a second. Let me look this up. How many Biography of Baron Zaya in the Bible? How many what is this suggested? What? How many Biography of Baron Zayas in the Bible? Is Baron Zaya a biblical name? Hold on, I'm kind of curious. What is this?
They say the college has been snooping around Sarthor. Mages in a burial crypt?
No, I wouldn't know anything about that. Wait, what? Huh? No, it's... Wait, what? Yeah, the Google search results are freaking cheesing me right now. There's literally no sources. The only thing here that makes mention of something like that is that the AI overview says Baron Zaya does not appear in the Bible. Did I just get trolled by Google? Did somebody actually think Baron Zaya was a character in the Bible and like it just became like a suggestion search result? What in the world? Dude, I'm actually so beside myself. I have no... What in the world? Also, I'm getting freaking toasty. Hold on, I gotta take off this freaking hoodie, dude. Oh my lord. Honestly, get so flustered with everything going on tonight. You generate enough body heat with that kind of thing going on. Let me tell you. Anyways, how many books? Now I have it in my search history. How many Biography Baron Zaya in the Bible? How many books of parents are there? Skyrim are there? 5. Okay, so that's okay. So there's 5. So I'm gonna buy. Well, hold on a second. We have Argonian account. Okay, so we have 1 and 3. Bellathor has 2. How many? Hold on a second. Now I have 3 Argonian accounts. Argonian account. Are there 4 books? There are 4. Okay, so I only need 1 more Argonian account book. I'm kind of like bent on wanting to complete these collections, to be honest. And I know I'm using like console commands to like
Looking for my husband,
like modify carry weight and stuff, but like honest, I would like the gratification of collecting the books, honestly. The only exception is going to be Lusty Argonian Maid.
Trinkets.
All right, that's the only exception we're making
sort of
here.
thing.
Volume 2, Fall from Glory. Let's see. Volume 5. Hey, oh, he has 5, right? Am I crazy? Yo, what? Wait, what? Is that the biography? Oh, the real Baron Zaya is... Okay, that's a different series. Okay. Gosh, that kind of mixes me up, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's go ahead and sell our dupes there. Blessing of Sheo, Madmen, Spirit of Nern, Songs of Return, Saints and Seducers, Disaster at Ineth, Talara. That I... Which one did I just sell? Which one did... Oh, shucks. I don't remember which one I just sold. Which one did I just... Oh, no. I don't remember which one. I don't remember which one I sold him. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're gonna go back in. We're gonna go back in. Oh my gosh, I'm such a klutz. I wanted to learn how to bake bread? Was there a... Wait, was there a book on breaking bread? Or breaking... Jesse, it's time to bake. Bake. Oh my gosh, my brain is freaking mashed potatoes tonight. Oh my lord. Also, hi, Wonderbolts. Welcome on in, buddy. How the heck are you? You're just in time to witness me losing my fluffing mind. Oh my gosh. Pyro says I'm excited to get back to making my rings, though I bulk made them last time. Solid. Herbane's bestiary books are the ones that always confuse me. Would you say they're confusing? I guess I'm gonna have to start looking at these books with new eyes here. Fresh eyes, fresh eyes.
Oh, a bit of this.
You ever hear about the fast food parody to that? French fries, French fries. Breaking bread. Oh my gosh. Oh, how do I do it, guys? How do I do it? How do I maintain? I'm gonna look it up on Google actually. How to maintain mental sanity. Oh my lord. I know for a fact we have mixed unit tactics, Black Arrow, Wolf Queen. Okay, hold on a second. I'm just gonna buy these. Okay, sell the dupes. I'm gonna be really freaking careful how I go over these. All right. Chance's Folly, Dunmer of Skyrim, Frontier Conquest, Galarian the Mystic, Life of Uriel Septum, Disaster. I don't remember which one that was. Okay, hold on a second. It was a book that started in P or R. Racial Phylogeny? Was that the one? I think that was the one. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Madmen, Spirit of Nern, Black Arrow, Blessing of Sheo, Book of Daedra, Firmament first hold revolts. We have dupes of all of those. Jeez. I love wasting money. Not confusing to read, just collect. Oh, there's a wait, it's a whole collection? Oh, because it's based on like the different fauna of the province. Some different fauna and other mythological creatures, I think. But they're not like there's no numeric sequence to it, I don't think. So it can I can see where that's confusing actually. Breaking bread. Jesse, it's time for minutes, but it's time for minutes. Oh my gosh, the good ending. Freaking Walter White gives up being a drug lord and converts to Catholicism. He's just like, honestly, I ain't about cooking crystal. I'm just preparing myself for Lit this Friday. You know? Oh shucks. Isn't that what the maid book is about? The logistics of baking large loaves? Well, yes, but the thing is that the Lusty Argonian maid's oven just takes a really long time to heat up, which is why, you know, our protagonist was taking it into his own hands, to, you know, help her, heat up the oven to bake the loaf, to break the bread, as we've established. Maddie says, this is going to be a great stage play at one of those mega churches. I can freaking see it now. Oh my god. Yeah, what was that? Hold on a second. What was that YouTube channel? What was that YouTube channel where they freaking crucified Iron Man? Hold on. Hold on, guys. Guys, who here has seen the video of the mega church? I don't know if it's a mega church per se, but they hold some wild stage plays, man. Did they like crucify Iron Man? I was introduced to that by a friend, and it honestly has been a wild freaking ride. They just have the Avengers like as the 12 disciples standing around Iron Man as he's being freaking lifted on the cross. Or no, it wasn't a cross, it was an I-beam. Yeah, it was an I-beam from a city construction, actually. It was crazy. The church plays cinematic universe, yeah. If you don't have a written note from them, it's a real pain to keep track of them if you store them all away. I see. Okay, so that's about as good as it's gonna get, if you ask me. I don't think there are any other like merchants to buy the books from in Whiterun, Winterhold. I mean, like eventually with Urag, it'll like rotate out. We've been to Riften. I could go to the oh shucks, what was the name of the shop? The Bee and Barb, I think. Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and we're gonna skip ahead to the daytime here. This is Riften. I don't want to get shivved in my sleep at the local inn. Genuinely curious as to what 2025's play was. Okay, we're getting to the bottom of this. It was the church. Was it actually called the Church Play Cinematic Universe? Church Play Cinematic Universe. Now the name of the channel is what people call it. What? The Church of the What? They took down every play from their YouTube channel, but not only that, it's like they had the played scrubbed from the internet. Oh. Is that true? Thanks to was a YouTube channel called Blue Phantom? Okay. Blue Phantom. Hold on. I'm not seeing it. Gosh darn. Sometime we're definitely gonna have to get across, come across that. Tires of waiting and leaves. What? Oh, what's going on? I don't like that he's like coming at me with his axe. From memory, there are 3 of them. Pond. Oh, Pond Prawn. Wait, B and Barb is the tavern.
To sell for a fair price. I run the
Oh, I run the pond. Yes. Can you freaking unlock your doors? There we go. Goodness gracious, dude. Hey, I know you're cooking, but I need your books.
Some may call this junk.
Me? I call them treasures.
treasures.
Some may call this my junk. Me, I call them the family jewels. Dream of Sovngarde. Oh, hey, here's Urbane's Bestiary. Hey, how about that? Horker attacks. We read Horker attacks. So Wabbajack? Ooh, Wabbajack. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Sick. All right, those are some good steals, actually. Yeah, those are some good finds. Let's go out to the stables. I think... Have we been to Solitude? We could fast travel to Solitude and see if they have anything over there. Yeah, we've been to Solitude. Right? We watched the beheading. That was such a swell magical time. 10:34. Awesome, it rolled over. Alright.
I'm not interested, Jari. It doesn't matter.
I'm not interested, Jari. Trying to remember if taverns have books or not. I don't think they did. I will actually check though.
Some might call this
You
junk.
got me curious.
Me? I call them treasures.
I call them the family jewels. Haffinger. What? You got no new books. She looks very surprised, by the way. No new books. No bueno. It's no bueno. Alright. What is that? Oh, that's Arab. Okay, that's Angeline's. We don't want Angeline's. We want the winking skeever. Alright. So we're going up to the tavern master.
Welcome to the
Corpulus
winking skeever,
Vinius.
friend. Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
He only has ingredient. Actually, you know what? I will buy those salt piles though for cooking purposes.
Remember the winking skeever next time you're footsore.
Okay. Alright, so let us go back. The day might have rotated actually to the point where Urag might have new books for us. Let me go ahead and see. It's 11 p.m. Whereas where would Urag be? Let's go ahead. This time we will sleep actually. For the immersion. You know.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
Due for change in leadership. Agreed. You should become the Archmage of College of Winterhold. Oh, wait a second. You can't. Alright. Going to rest here. West. Rest out where we had. And if they don't have any new books, that is fine.
I think the
Yep, you just said that. Nice to know that you still have that on your mind a full 11 hours later. Huh. Wait, does he have his clothes back?
Enchanting service.
Oh, I thought this was Arniel
One
Game.
of the few things that keep us in touch
What?
with the rest of
Is he?
Sky.
What is with? Is he? He's not wearing sandals, is he?
You're a bad sneak. You're not creeping.
I'm just I'm just looking at your feet. Nothing to see here, buddy. Dude, the front of his feet are like melded together. I'm not saying I'm that kind of bear, but like a part of me kind of wants to, you know, install a mod to, you know, take care of that. All the elements. No, we want to go to the Arcadia. He's barefoot. Actually, I'm barefoot. He has human feet, actually. Wait, can't we just... Wait a minute. Oh, that's right. You can steal all these books. Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh, we can steal all the books. Guys, we can steal all the books. Oh, do we steal all the books? Oh, that's very tempting. That is very tempting. Oh, I don't know, man. Okay.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collect. Please make sure your hands are
And a
clean
new
before
books,
touching
and a new
anything,
books.
all right?
Actually, yes. How about that? Ice wraiths? Automatons? Woo! Posting of the hunt? Song of Palinol. Hold on a second. What do we have for Wolf Queen? This is actually a pretty extensive collection at this point. We've been freaking working on this, dude. 2, 3, 4, 7, and 8. I think there are 8 volumes, so we need 6, 5, and 1. Which they don't have those. Alright, what about Song of Palinol? Song of Palinol, we have 2 and 5. You have 7. I will buy that. Do we only have Black Arrow Volume 1? Hold on a second. Biography of Barons, I have Volumes 1, 2. Brief History of the Empire, 2, 4. Brief History of the Empire. Hold on. Where are you at? Is that... Yeah, no, we already have those. Alright. That is what it is. Gosh, I'm so tempted to just... That's right, that freaking glitch door is still there. I am so tempted. I am so tempted to just steal all the books, honestly. But I feel like we have a big enough collection, to be honest. I'm gonna go back to Bloodchill Cavern because honestly, the fireplace there is freaking the mood. Simp, wait, oh, Private. Why would you sully me this way? Oh my gosh. I'm just saying the feat could be higher definition. All right. So now you guys are prepared for a valid excuse, a perfectly valid excuse as to why I may have a mod on this game that has the word feet in it. All right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not. It's a bear thing. You wouldn't get it. you wouldn't get it. Watch the moment you come out with a bear sona, Private Bots, you will understand. The moment you come out with a bear sona, you will look in your Nexus mod manager, and you will see that a foot mod has magically appeared. Okay, it is a yep. That's how it works. It just works. All right. So we are gonna get into the reading, although we're 52 minutes in. Yeah, we've been 52 minutes passed by on running around? Really? What the heck, dude? All right. Jeez. Cursing someone with a specific sona? Why would I'm not cursing you. I'm giving you my blessing. Okay. Okay. We are going to read. Let's see here. We're just going to go down the list here. It doesn't seem like there's any other additions to this. This is also a skill progression book. So we definitely haven't read this one before because that just activated. Oh my gosh, is anyone else having some like real serious chapped-lipped issues this winter? Oh my god. This is my 5th application of the Vaseline today. Oh my lord. It's been brutal, man. My lips have the freaking consistency of like 80 grit count sandpaper. Oh my gosh. All right. So, yeah, I mean, honest, yeah, let's just freaking vibe and just read some books, you know, if you guys are all about it. All right. The Year 2920, Hearthfire, Volume 9. Now, hold on a second. There is only the one book, right? I thought I just said 2920. Hearthfire. All volumes? There is only one. Okay. Hearthfire, Book 9 of 2920. The Last Year of the First Era. By Karlovac Taudway. Wait, what? Rooty bringing me back listening to Voices from the Void doing the 100% run? Voices from the Void? Was there somebody who was doing a 100% book collection run? Is that what you're referring to? Because if so, freaking respect. Alright. Second Hearthfire, 2920. Gideon, Blackmarsh. Gideon, I think, is a settlement in Blackmarsh? Yes. The Empress Tavia lay across her bed. A hot, late summer wind she could not feel banging the shutters. Thank you for the aviators, Wonderbolts. And thank you for giving Fizz aviators to and fro against the iron bars. Her throat felt like it was on fire, but still she sobbed uncontrollably, wringing her last tapestry in her hands. Her wailing echoed throughout the hollow halls of Castle Giovis, stopping maids in their washing and guards in their conversation. One of her women came up to the narrow stairs to see her mistress, but her chief guard, Zook, stood at the doorway and shook his head. She's just heard that her son is dead, he said quietly. 5th of Hearthfire, year 2920. The Imperial City in Cyrodiil. Your Imperial Majesty, said the potentate Versadu Shai through the door. You can open the door. I assure you, you're perfectly safe. No one wants to kill you. Mara's blood! Came the Emperor Remen III's voice, muffled, hysterical, tinged with madness. Someone assassinated the prince, and he was holding my shield. They could have thought he was me. You're certainly correct, Your Imperial Majesty, replied the potentate, expunging any mocking qualities from his voice, while his black slitted eyes rolled contemptuously. And we must find and punish the evildoer responsible for your son's death. But we cannot do it without you. You must be brave for your empire. There was no reply. At the very least, come out and sign the order for Lady Rija's execution, called the potentate. Let us dispose of the one traitor and assassin we know of. A brief pause, and then the sound of furniture scraping across the floor. Remen opened the door just a crack, but the potentate could see his angry, fearful face, and the terrible mound of ripped tissue that used to be his right eye. Despite the best healers in Cyrodiil, it was a ghastly souvenir of the last Ridge's work in Thurso Fortress. Hand me to the order, the Emperor snarled. I'll sign it with pleasure. The 6th of Hearthfire, 2920. Gideon, Cyrodiil. Oh, is there Gideon in Cyrodiil as well, or do they share the same Gideon? Interesting. Might have been a territory dispute between Cyrodiil and Blackmarsh, I'm not sure. The strange blue glow of the will-o'-the-wisps, a combination, so she'd be told, of swamp gas and spiritual energy, had always frightened Tavia as she looked out the window. Now it seemed strangely comforting. Beyond the bog lay the city of Gideon. It was funny, she thought. She had never stepped foot in its streets. Though she had watched it every day for 17 years. Can you think of anything I've forgotten? She asked, turning to look back at the royal Cathringi Zook. Oh, Cathringi. Interesting. Cathringi's like an extinct race in the game. I know exactly what to do, he said simply. He seemed to smile, but the Empress realized that it was only her own face reflected in his silvery skin. She was smiling, and she didn't even realize it. Make sure you aren't followed, she warned. I don't want my husband to know where my gold's been hiding all these years. And do take your share of it, you've been a good friend. The Empress Tavia stepped forward and dropped from sight into the mists. Zook replaced the bars on the tower window and threw a blanket over some pillows on her bed. With any luck, they would not discover her body on the lawn until morning, at which time he hoped to be halfway to Morrowind. 9th of Hearthfire, 2920. Phrygius, High Rock. To those unfamiliar with the Tamrielic world, High Rock is an entirely different province. The strange trees on all sides resembled knobby piles crowned with great bursts of reds, yellows, and oranges, like insect mounds caught fire. The rough Garian mountains were fading into the misty afternoon. Tarala marveled at the sight. So alien, so different from Morrowind, as she plodded the horse forward into an open pasture. Behind her, head nodding against his chest, Cassir slept, cradling Bosriel. For a moment, Tarala considered jumping the low-painted fence that crossed the field, but she thought better of it. Let Cassir sleep for a few more hours before giving him the reins. As the horse passed into the field, Tarala saw the small green house on the next hill, half hidden in forest. So picturesque was the image she felt for herself, lulled into a pleasant half-sleeping state. A blast of a horn brought her back to reality with a shudder. Cassir opened his eyes. "Where are we?" he hissed. I don't know," Tarala stammered, wide-eyed. "What does that sound?" "Orcs," he whispered. "A hunting party. Head for the thicket, quickly." "Oh, hey there, Clockwork. Are you Winifred? Heck yeah, we're just reading some books here in Skyrim. We got a very late start, so we're just getting right into reading. You actually just made it, we didn't get too far into this book, actually. We're going to be reading lots more. If you want to stick around to vibe to some good old Rooty Patootie radio-style storytelling. How the heck you doing, Clockwork? Tarala trotted the horse into the small collection of trees. Cassir handed her the child and dismounted. He began pulling their bags off necks, throwing him into the bushes. A sound started then, a distant rumbling of footfall, growing louder and closer. Tarala climbed off carefully and helped Cassir unburden the horse. All the while, Bosriel watched open-eyed. Tarala sometimes worried that her baby never cried. Now she was grateful for it. With the last of the luggage off, Cassir slapped the horse's rear, sending it galloping into the field. Taking Tarala's hand, he hunkered down in the bushes. "With luck," he murmured. They'll think she's wild or belongs to the farm and won't go looking for the rider." As he spoke, a horde of orcs surged into the field, blasting their horns. Tarala had seen orcs before, but never in such abundance. Never with such bestial confidence. Roaring with the delight of the horse and its confused state. That was a weird inflection. Confused state. They hastened past the timber where Cassir, Tarala, and Bosriel hid. The wildflowers flew into the air at the stampede, powdering the air with seeds. Tarala tried to hold back a sneeze and thought she succeeded. One of the orcs heard something, though, and brought another with him to investigate. "Oh, first day of work this year, super busy. I had hamburger. Nice. How was the hamburger?" Cassir quietly unsheathed his sword, mustering all the confidence that he could. His skills, such as they were in spying, not combat, but he vowed to protect Tarala and her babe for as long as he could. Perhaps he would slay these two, he reasoned, but not before they cried out and brought the rest of the horde. Suddenly, something invisible swept through the bushes like a wind. The orcs flew backwards, falling dead on their backs. Tarala turned and saw a wrinkled crone with bright red hair emerge from a nearby bush. "I thought you were going to bring him right to me," she whispered, smiling. "Best come with me." The three followed the old woman through a deep crevasse of bramble bushes that ran through the field toward the house on the hill. As they emerged on the other side, the woman turned to look at the orcs feasting on the remains of the horse. Jeez. A blood-soaked orgy to the beat of multiple horns. "That horse yours?" she asked. When Cassir nodded, she laughed loudly. "That's rich meat, that is. Those monsters will have bellyaches and flatulence in the morning. Serves them right." "Shouldn't we keep moving?" whispered Tarala, unnerved by the woman's laughter. "They won't come up here," she grinned, looking at Bosriel, who smiled back. "You're too afraid of us." Torella turned to Cassier, who shook his head. Witches. Am I correct in assuming that this is Old Barbin's farm, home of the Skeffington Coven? You are, pet. The old woman giggled girlishly, pleased to be so infamous. I am Minister Skeffington. What did you do to those orcs? Asked Torella. Back there in the thicket. Spirit fist. Right side the head. Oh, Spirit fist, right side the head. That was an interesting construction of dialogue. Minister said, continuing the climb up the hill. Ahead of them was the farmhouse grounds, a well, a chicken coop, a pond, women of all ages doing chores, the laughter of children at play. The old woman turned and saw that Torella did not understand. Don't you have witches where you come from, child? None that I know of, she said. She's like, me, for real, for real. There are all sorts of wielders of magic in Tamriel, she explained. The Psijic study magic like it's their painful duty. The battle mages in the army on the other side of the scale hurl spells like arrows. We witches commune and conjure and celebrate. To fell those orcs, I merely whispered to the spirits of the air. Amaro, Pinna, Talitha, the fingers of Kinnereth, and the breath of the world, with whom I have an intimate acquaintance, to smack those bastards dead. You see, conjuration is not about might or solving riddles or agonizing over musty old scrolls. It's about fostering relations. Being friendly, you might say. Well, we certainly appreciate you being friendly with us, said Cassier. As well you might, coughed Minister. Your kind destroyed the orc homeland 2,000 years ago. Before that, they never came all the way up here and bothered us. Now, let's get you cleaned up and fed. With that, Minister led them into the farm, and Torella met the family of the Skeffington Coven. Actually, I'm kind of intrigued at the more down-to-earth picture painted of witches. Actually, you really only get to see witches as hagravens or like the what is it? The Glenmorals. There's the Glenmoral witches. They are honestly the only witches you see in this game are all bad. There's like one NPC that's like actually of a more agreeable demeanor, I would say. So this is actually pretty intriguing. The 11th of Hearthfire, 2920, the Imperial City, Cyrodiil. Ridja had not even tried to sleep the night before, and she found the somber music played during execution to have a soporific effect. It was as if she was willing herself to be unconscious before the axe stroke. Her eyes were bound so she could not see her former lover, the Emperor, seated before her, glaring with his one good eye. She could not see the potentate Versidue Shai, his coil neatly wrapped beneath him. A look of triumph in his golden face. She could feel, numbly, the executioner's hand touch her back to steady her. She flinched like a dreamer, trying to awake. The first blow caught the back of her head, and she screamed. The next hacked through her neck, and she was dead. The Emperor turned to the potentate warily. Now that's done. You said she had a pretty sister in Hammerfell named Corda. Interesting. The transition, what? I'm trying to understand. Is this just a recollection of events that happened during this month? Because Hearthfire is a month of the year in Tamriel. But like, I don't know, narratively speaking, there's got to be a connection here, and I'm not quite seeing it. Holy guacamole! Vibes reaching a 30 stream streak is actually insane. What in the world? Yo, thank you so much for the freaking streak. Freaking rooting for you to keep on going. 30 is insane. Thank you so much for all the support, Vibes. Alrighty. Let's see. 18th of Hearthfire, 2920. Dwinin in High Rock. Okay, so we're back to High Rock. The horse the witches had sold him was not as good as his old one, Cassier considered. Spirit worship and sacrifice and sisterhood might all be all well and good for conjuring spirits, but it tends to spoil beasts of burden. Still, there was little to complain about. With the Dunmer woman and her child gone, he had made excellent time. Ahead were the walls surrounding the city of his homeland. Almost at once, he was set upon his old friends and family. "How went the war?" cried his cousin, running to the road. "Is it true that Vivek signed a peace with the prince, but the emperor refuses to honor it?" "That's not how it was it?" asked a friend, joining them. "I heard that the Dunmer had the prince murdered and then made up a story about a treaty, but there's no evidence for it." Whoa. Okay, we jinxed it. This is the connection. Huh. Isn't there anything interesting happening there? Isn't there anything interesting happening there? Cassier laughed. "I really don't have the least interest in discussing the war, or Vivek." "You missed the procession of the Lady Corda," said his friend. "She came across the bay with a full entourage and then east to the Imperial City." I just be out here. Oh, Daya had reached a 3-stream streak. Thank you so much, Daya. I'm almost at 32. If I'm delusional enough. I mean, if you squint, it's just a really short 0 on the the hyphen between the 3 and stream. But thank you so much for your support, Daya. I really appreciate you. Also, hi, by the way. How the heck you doing, Daya? But that's nothing. What was Vivek like? Asked his cousin eagerly. He's supposed to be a living god. If Sheogorath steps down and they need another god of madness, he'll do, said Cassier haughtily. And the women? Asked the lad, who'd only seen Dunmer ladies on very rare occasions. Cassier merely smiled. Torella Skeffington flashed into his mind for an instant before fading away. She would be happy with the coven, and her child would be well cared for. But they were part of the past now. A place and a war he wanted to forget forever. Dismounting his horse, he walked into the city, chatting of trivial gossip of his life on the Iliac Bay. Huh. I don't know if it's just me. There seems to be a pretty surprising count of layers to this book. Lots of interrelations between, like, the characters that are in settings 1 and 2, being out in High Rock, and then out in Cyrodiil, in the Imperial City. There's definitely connections between the characters in both locations. I'm not sure if perhaps these are the things that Cassier had seen. But it's not like he went back between High Rock and Cyrodiil all willy-nilly over the course of a couple of days. This is interesting. I think I would definitely need a couple more read-throughs of this before I fully comprehend what the comprehensive structure of this book is supposed to be. But there is definitely an itch for understanding the glue of the book, for sure. All right. So that was 2920, Hearthfire Volume 9. I've actually never read that one either. That was pretty cool. Let's go ahead and we can keep going down the line here. Let's see. Dream of Sovngarde? Sovngarde is the realm of the dead for the Nords, actually. How long is... This seems okay. Yeah, let's see how this is. I think I'll read this one in the Pirate Viking voice. Because it's a Dream of Sovngarde. It's Scandinavian as fluff, man. A dream of Sovngarde. In a few hours, I will likely be dead. My men and I, Nords of Skyrim all, will soon join with the Emperor's legions to attack the Imperial City. The Aldmeri are entrenched within, and our losses will be severe. It is a desperate gambit, for if we do not reclaim the city, we will lose the war. Last night I prayed to mighty Talos for courage and strength in the battle to come. In these last cold hours before the sun rises, I sit down to write this account of a dream I had not long after. I believe this dream was an answer to my prayers, and I would pass along the wisdom it contained to my kinsmen. For the battles they will fight in the years after my passing. In the dream, I walked through mists towards the sound of laughter, merriment, and the songs of the north. The mists soon cleared, and before me lay a great chasm. Waters thundered over its brim, and so deep it was, I could not see the bottom. A great bridge made all of whalebone was the only means to cross, and so I took it. It was only a few steps onto the bridge that I encountered a warrior, grim and strong. "I am soon master of trials," he said to me, his voice booming and echoing through the walls of the high mountains all around us. With a wave, he bade me pass on. I knew in my heart that I was granted passage only because I was a visitor. Should the hour come when I return here after my mortal life, the legends say that I must best this dread warrior in single combat. Beyond the bridge, a great stone longhouse rose up before me, so tall as to nearly touch the clouds. Though it took all my strength, I pushed open the towering oaken door and beheld the torch-lit feast hall. There were assembled the greatest heroes of the Nords, all drinking mead poured from great kegs and singing battle songs. Suckling pigs turned on a long iron spit or a roaring fire. My mouth watered at the smell of roast meat, and my heart was glad to hear the songs of old. "Come forth!" cried out a hoary man who sat upon a high wooden chair. This I knew to be Ysgramor, father of Skyrim and the Nords. I approached him and knelt before him. "You find yourself in Sovngarde, Hall of the Honored Dead. Now, what would you have of me, son of the North?" he bellowed. "I seek counsel," said I, "for tomorrow we fight a desperate battle and my heart is full of fear." Ysgramor raised his tankard to his lips and drank till the cup was empty, then he spoke once more. "Remember this always, son of the North. A Nord is judged not by the manner in which he lived, but the manner in which he died." With that, he cast aside his flagon, raised his fist in the air, and roared a great cheer. The other heroes rose to their feet and cheered in answer. The sound still rang in my ears when I awoke. I gathered my men and told them of my vision. The words seemed to fill their hearts with courage. The horns are blowing, the banners are raised, and the time has come to muster. May Talos grant us victory this day, and if I am found worthy, may I once again look upon that great feast hall. Skarden Freewinter.
That was a sick read. I'm not gonna lie. That read was hype. I actually never read Dream of Sovngarde before. I also feel like that voice is perfect for that. Sovngarde's literally just Valhalla. Literally just Valhalla. Oh, hypothetical treachery. Do we read this one? Yeah, we read this one. I think hypothetical treachery was the one where like I was not consistent with the voices at all. It was like really It was really messy, but that was fun. A kiss, sweet mother. So this is in regards to the Dark Brotherhood, an assassin's guild of sorts. It seems brief, but let's go ahead and go through it. So, you wish to summon the Dark Brotherhood. You wish to see someone dead. Pray, child, pray, and let the Night Mother hear your plea. You must perform that most profane of rituals, the Black Sacrament. Create an effigy on the intended victim, assembled from actual body parts, including a heart, skull, bones, and flesh. Encircle that effigy with candles. The ritual itself must then commence. Proceed to stab the effigy repeatedly with a dagger rubbed with the petals of a nightshade plant, while whispering this plea. Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized. Butcher that! Baptized in blood and fear. Then wait, child, for the dread Father Sithis rewards the patient. You will be visited by representative of the Dark Brotherhood, so begins a contract bound in blood. Why is this on the shelves? Why is this on the shelves? We came across this in the overworld, right? There's no way you can buy this. There's no way you can't go to your local library and buy a book on how to properly hire a hitman, can you? What? That's diabolical. I sure hope we came over. I sure hope we came across it over. Well, you know what's actually kind of interesting? Bit of a lore rant. There is actually an assassin's guild in the province of Morrowind, home of the Dunmer, called the Morag Tog. And they are actually a condoned assassin's guild by the official governments in place of the province. Because all of the Dunmer as a racial collective agree it is best and wisest to have an organization in place that can take out certain micro-governments within the province in case they get too out of pocket. In the province of Morrowind, it is completely legal to hire an assassin's guild to take out someone that you're just like, I don't agree with that. That's not okay. So it's kind of crazy. The Dunmer are hardcore, man. Adra and Daedra? We read this one? Well, it's a bit of lore on what they are. Okay. Adra and Daedra. The designations of gods, demons, Adra and Daedra are universally confusing to the layman. They are often used interchangeably. Adra and Daedra are not relative terms. In fact, they are Elvish and exact. Azura is a Daedra, both in Skyrim and Morrowind. Adra is usually translated as ancestor, which is as close as Cyrodiilic can come to the Elven concept. Daedra means roughly not our ancestors. This distinction was crucial to the Dunmer, whose fundamental split in ideology is represented in their mythical genealogy. Adra are associated with stasis. Daedra represent change. Adra created the mortal world and are bound to the Earthbones. Daedra, who cannot create, have the power to change. As part of the divine contract of creation, the Adra can be killed. Witness Lorkin and the Moons. The Protean Daedra, for whom the rules do not apply, can only be banished. Alright, there's that one. Just a little snippet of lore there. All right. Avar Stonesinger, we have read. That is a long book. That was a good time, though, honestly. It was like a creation mythos. It was kind of cool. That said, I do need to use the bathroom, so we're gonna take a small break here. Gotta see my Minecraft background here for a sec. I will be back very soon. I'm just gonna go ahead and get myself a refill on my beverages here. Use the restroom. If anyone here needs to take care of yourself, please do. Please get yourself some water to hydrate yourself, or some other beverages of your liking. Just as long as you're keeping hydrated. Let me see here. Display.
Whatever, nerd. Just leave the pizza.
Whatever, Pamder. Freaking, I love and appreciate you so much. I really appreciate you, Pamder. Oh my goodness gracious. But yeah, let me go ahead and put in the chat wellness check. How the heck are you doing, by the way, Pamder? Chat wellness check. Get yourself a blanket to get cozy. We'll have some more reading yet once I'm back. Thank you for the piss check vibes. Okay, I'll be back in a jiffy. Alrighty, and I return. Hello. Oh, you know what though? I totally forgot. Gosh darn it! I remember. Oh no, I did. Oh, I did fill it with water. What the heck? Get ahead of myself here. I am so notorious of like putting something. So I have a bit of a superpower, guys. I have a confession. I am in fact a lesser known superhero, and my superpower is that I forget to freaking activate the display. There we go. My superpower is that I will put something down and it immediately vanishes out of existence. I don't know what happens. It's just a gift I have. You know, I put something down and immediately vanishes from existence. It vanishes from my memory. It vanishes from anywhere in the surrounding vicinity. It just vanishes. It dematerializes. And you know what? There is a way to counter my superpower, however, is
if I am ever compelled to come up to you and ask you, hey, have you seen this? I swear it's right behind me. I swear it's right by every single time. Every single time. The superpower only exists to cripple my sense of self-confidence. Oh my gosh. Welcome back, or welcome bear? Welcome bear, there's an arms. We must read more Skyrim. More Skyrim content.
But yes, thank you for the welcome back, Clockwork. I appreciate you, buddy. Alright, now where were we? Azir, Trajazari. I don't know. I don't know if this is Keimer, Dunmer speak. I'm not sure. Something Elvish, I'm sure. We're gonna go with Azir by an anonymous, by Anon. Oh. This is an absurd book. But like all things Khajiit, and the expression goes... Gzalzi Babrazarita Mazi. Or absurdity has become necessity. Okay, so I was wrong. This is not Elvish. This is Khajiit. Oh my gosh. Much of what I have to say has never been written before. Or if it has, no one has read it. The Imperials feel that everything must be written down for posterity. But every Khajiit kitten born and elsewhere knows his history, and drinks it in with his mother's milk. Fairly recently, however, our struggles to win back our homeland from the rapacious Count of Leowin have attracted sympathetic persons, even Imperials, who wish to join our cause. But it seems, does not understand our ways. Our enemies, of course, do not understand us either. But that is as we wish. That is as we wish it. I'm winning with this freaking narration right now. A weapon in our arsenal. Our non-Khajiit friends, however, should know who we are, why we are, and what we are doing. The Khajiit mind is not engineered for self-reflection. We simply do what we do, and let the world be damned. To put into words and rationalize our philosophy is foreign, and I cannot guarantee that even after reading this, you will understand us. Grasp this simple truth. Xi Novano Thiza Uales. When I contradict myself, I am telling the truth. We are the Renbrija Kryn, the mercenaries Grin, the laugh of the landless, and the smiling scum. Would all be fair translations. It is a derogatory expression, but it is amusing, so we have adopted it. We have anger in our hearts, but not in our faces. We fight for elsewhere, but we do not ally ourselves with the Main, who symbolizes our land. We believe in justice, but do not follow laws. Sometimes it's easier when I don't try. These are not rules, for there is no word for rules in Ta'agra. Call them our... Well, I ate that. Thizrini. Foolish concepts. I'm just casually learning the Khajiit language on the fly. This is crazy stuff. Vabadu Shurdu. It is good to be brave. We are struggling against impossible odds, against the very empire of Tamriel. Our cause is the noblest cause of all, defense of home. If we fail, we betray our past and our future. Our dead, Ori Salidad, which may be interpreted as martyrs, in the truest, best sense of that word, which is so often misused. We honor their sacrifice, and beneath our smiles, mourn them deeply. Our bravery most obviously shows in the smile that is the Kryn part of our name. This does not mean that we walk about grinning like the idiotic baboonish Imga of Valenwood. We simply are entertained by adversary. We find an equal fair fight tiresome in the extreme. We confidently smile because we know our victory in the end is assured, and we know our smiles drive our enemies insane. 2. I think I'm struggling with the structure a little bit. These are rules. These are not rules, for there's no word for rules. Call them our foolish concepts. Okay, so they've established that the Khajiit live by almost a code, but they don't like to refer to them as rules. They kind of see them more in an ironic scope, actually. So this is the second then. Vaba mashzi lajito. It is necessary to run away. We are struggling against impossible odds, against the very empire of Tamriel. Honor is madness. Yes, we love the Rootyradio who died in brave battle against the forces of the empire. But I guarantee you that each of those... linguistically, this is like solving a puzzle. I swear. Risalidad had an escape route he or she failed to use. It died saying, "Damn." Excuse me. When the great Senche Rat comes to the Simasil steps, he will find himself unable to hunt, unable to sleep, as the tiny Alfiq leap onto his back, biting him and running off as he has a great chance before he has a chance to turn his great body to face them. The Senche Rata, we've established before, they're the giant battle cat Khajiits. The Khajiit that we know, including the bigger versions of them, would ride the Senche Rat into battle, essentially. So then the Alfiq are basically house cats, but house cats in the Elder Scrolls lore are just as capable of intelligence, use of the arcane, and can even talk, I think. If not physically, for the most part, they can at least telepathically. So they're just as intelligent as other Khajiit. But I always thought that was pretty cool. You essentially have house cats that can cast magic and are sentient. So, always been a big fan of that. So the picture here is that you have basically a small house cat being a little shit and being like, I'm gonna go ahead and take a chomp out of this big ass dude over here. And then I'm gonna run away, So I don't know. That's a fun picture to me. Eventually, though he may stubbornly hope to catch the Alfiq, the Senche Rat always leaves. They are our cousins, the Alfiq, and we have adopted their strategy against the great tiger of Leowin. Do not ally yourselves with the Renrish if you yearn to be a part of a mighty army, marching resolutely forth, for whom retreat is anathema. Anathema? Anathema. Honestly, language aside, there's some new words in here too. What is anathema? I don't mean to dwell too much on this book, but I'm like genuinely intrigued. Anathema. So anathema is something or someone that somebody vehemently dislikes. So for whom retreat is anathema. So that is saying that they really hate the act of retreat. So I learned a new word today. We will laugh at your suicidal idiocy as we slip into the reeds of the river and watch the inevitable slaughter. Jeez. Fuzoze varvar. Enjoy life. Life is short. If you have not made love recently, please put down this book and take care of that with all haste. Woo! They get to it. Find a wanton lass or a frisky lad or several in whatever combination your wise loins direct. Do not under any circumstances play hard to get. Our struggle against the colossal forces of oppression can wait. Good. Welcome back. We Rootyradio live and fight together and know that Leowin and the Empire will not give way very soon. Likely not in our lifetimes. In the time we have, we do not want our closest comrades to be dour, dull, colorless, sober, and virginal. If we did, we would have joined the Emperor's blades. Do not begrudge us our lewd jokes, our body drunken nights, our moon sugar. Oh, that's right, they're like avid druggies. They are the pleasure. Moon sugar is like it's basically crack. It's basically crack meets catnip. That's what moon sugar is. Because you freaking consume it all the time. Actually, that's just a cultural thing. Well, don't mind if I do. That's Private Butts. Oh shucks, Private Butts. I know you're talking about like a bear sauna. Are you just a Khajiit? I think you're living by the not the rules, the foolish what do they call them? The foolish concepts. Are you following the Khajiit foolish concepts, buddy? If I don't see you as a Khajiit in your next Skyrim run, color me surprised. Oh, they're the pleasures that Leowin denies us, and so we take our good humor very seriously. Can a man simp without a suit? That could be up for debate. I mean, honestly, depends on what the mood calls for. Anyways, Fuzoze Vardar, kill without qualm. Life is short, very short, as we may have learned when they crossed with the rivers. Wait, did we already? No, okay. That sounded very similar to the last rule, actually. They may have learned when they have crossed the Rootyradio. We fight dirty. If an enemy is facing us, we might consider our options, and even slip away if his sword looks too big. If his back is to us, however, I personally favor knocking him down, and then jumping on his neck with a bone snap with a gratifying crunch. Lord, of course, it is up to you in your personal style. Azir Doraris. We give freely to the people. Oh, shucks. Pamper's trying to bait Private right now. It's like, you sold yourself out. Definitely Khajiit. Azir Doraris. We give freely to the people. Let us not forget our purpose. We are fighting for our families. The Khajiiti driven from the rich, fertile shores of Lake Makapi and the river Malapi. What? Makapi? Malapi? Makapi? Makapi? Malapi? I'm not sure. Where they and their ancestors lived since their immemorial. It is our battle, but their tragedy. We must show them, lest they are swayed by other rhetoric, that we are fighting for them. The Main, the Emperor, and the Count can give speeches, pass laws, and give living life in the open explain their positions and philosophies to the people to stave off the inevitable revolution. Extra-legal entities such as the Rootyradio must make our actions count for our words. This means more than fighting the good fight and having a laugh at our befuddled adversaries. It means engaging and seducing the people. Ours is not a military war, it is a political war. If the people rise up against our oppressors, they will retreat, and we will win. Give to these people, whenever possible, gold, moon sugar, and our strong arms, and though they hide, their hearts will be with us. Actually, kind of a crazy political stance. What in the world? These are hard. That's pretty hardcore. Azir Trajizazar. And I still don't know how this is pronounced. Trajizazar. Trajizazari. Trajizar. Yes, we justly take by force. It's a tongue twister. Try saying it. Try saying it. Azir Trajizazari. Oh, I guess I got it that time. Okay. Let us not forget our purpose. We are thieves and thugs, smugglers and saboteurs. If we cannot take a farm, we burn it to the ground. If Imperials garrison in a glorious ancient stronghold beloved by our ancestors will not yield, we tear the structure apart. If the only way to rescue the land from the Leowin misappropriation is to make it uninhabitable by all, so be it. Freaking, and their scorched earth is crazy. We want our life and our home back as it was 20 years ago. But if that is not realistic, then we will accept a different, simple, pragmatic goal. Revenge. With a smile. Freaking hardcore, honestly. I didn't realize the Khajiit have a manifesto. Oh, shucks. I guess in every immersive racial lore writing, right? Oh. Speaking of racial lore writing, ancestors and the Dunmer? What's going on here? The ghost fence. Ooh. So that is some lore on the Khajiit that I can't actually say I've ever been exposed to. Again, a lot of these books I'm actually reading for the first time, despite how many hours I have in this game. So we move from the Khajiit to a book on the Dunmer of Tamriel, also known as the Dark Elves. Ghosts walk among them. The departed spirits of the Dunmeri, and perhaps those of all races, persist after death. The knowledge and power of departed ancestors benefits the bloodlines of Dunmeri houses. The bond between the living family members and immortal ancestors is partly blood, partly ritual, partly volitional. A member brought into the house through marriage binds himself through ritual and oath into the clan, and gains communication and benefits from the clan's ancestors. However, his access to the ancestors is less than his offspring, and he retains some access to the ancestors of his own bloodline. The family shrine. Each residence has a family shrine. In poor homes, it may be no more than a hearth or alcove where family relics are displayed and venerated. In wealthy homes, a room is set aside for the use of the ancestors. This shrine is called the Waiting Door and represents the door to oblivion. Interesting. Here, the family members pay the respects to their ancestors through sacrifice and prayer, through oaths sworn upon duties, and through reports on the affairs of the family. In return, the family may receive information, training, and blessings from the family's ancestors. The ancestors are thus the protectors of the home, and especially the precincts of the Waiting Door. Honestly, lots of direct inspiration and influence from how the Chinese or the Eastern Asia generally commune with their late ancestors. You know, I don't know. What do you guys think? Are there any other inspirations that you guys are taking from this? Actually, because like the idea of there like being a door that they pass through, and that's like it represents a door to oblivion, is also very similar to that of a torii gate in Japanese culture as well. Oh, it's fascinating to me. The Ghost Fence. It is a family's most solemn duty to make sure their ancestors' remains are interred properly in a city of the dead, such as Necrom, where the spirits draw comfort from one another against the chill of the mortal world. Yeah, so apparently there is like a spiritual capital of Morrowind where like you just have the dead just chilling. It's like their own city that like borders the physical plane. It's pretty sick. Oh, you got your you got my postcard, Pamder? Heck yeah! I was wondering when those were gonna finally get sent out or get received. Heck yeah! Heck yeah, I'll be checking out your VOD. That's so fun. I hope you liked it. I meant every word I put in there, buddy. Honestly, I'm sorry that I couldn't fit more. Oh, by the what the heck? Hold on a second. I gotta freaking activity feed scrolled again. I got a couple days before New Year's Eve. Oh, wonderful. Okay, I'm glad that that was received within the midst of the holidays. All right. Let's see. That's very endearing. That's very sweet. Thank you for letting me know about that. That's a real highlight. Thank you, buddy. Let's see. Here the spirits draw comfort from one another against the chill of the mortal world. However, as a sign of great honor and sacrifice, an ancestor may grant that part of his remains to be retained, to serve as part of a ghost fence, protecting the clan's shrine and family precincts. That I did not know. That's pretty sick. It's kind of like a suit. It's kind of like a reliquary meets like a pseudo phylactery. That's pretty cool. Such an arrangement is often part of the family member's will, that a knuckle bone shall be saved out of his remains and incorporated with solemn magic and ceremony into a clan ghost fence. In more exceptional cases, an entire skeleton or even a preserved corpse may be bound into a ghost fence. These remains become a beacon and focus for ancestral spirits, and for the spirit of the remains in particular. The more remains used to make a ghost fence, the more powerful the fence is. So you just have a mass burial site, and you just have like the shield wall from the raid on Wakanda in Avengers Infinity War, essentially. Honestly, I could kind of see it, where it's like you have Thanos coming down with his horde, and he wants to like take over the province of Morrowind, and the Dumber are just there in their homes like, haha, we got a ghost fence. You realize how many bodies are in this ground? You're not prepared. The great ghost fence created by the tribunal. Whoa! Created by the tribunal to hold back the blight incorporates the bones of many heroes of the temple of the houses Induril and Readin, who dedicated their spirits to the temple and clan as their surrogate families. The ghost fence also contains bones taken from the catacombs of Necrom and many battlefields of Morrowind. That's sick. That's pretty metal. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly already thought the Dunmer were pretty fascinating. This is whoa. The mortal chill. You can probably hear it in my voice. My voice has become really hoarse. Honestly, I think it's from the lack of sleep. To be honest, I think this will have to end up being a shorter stream. Actually, I do apologize in advance. We'll probably finish this one and read like one or two more. Spirits do not like to visit the mortal world, and they do so only out of duty and obligation. Spirits tell us that the other world is more pleasant, or at least more comfortable for spirits, than our real world, which is cold, bitter, full of pain and loss. Interesting. Mad spirits. Spirits that are forced to remain in our world against their will may become mad spirits, or ghosts. Some spirits are bound to this world because of the terrible circumstances of their death, or because some powerful emotional bond to a person, place, or thing. These are called hauntings. Yeah, there's a quest! Wait, hold on. There's a quest that's an example of this in Elder Scrolls Online. You can actually play in a quest that's like a living example of this, actually. Some spirits are captured and bound to enchanted items by wizards. If the binding is involuntary, a spirit usually goes mad. A willing spirit may or may not retain its sanity, depending on the strength of the spirit and the wisdom of the enchanter. Some spirits are bound against their wills to protect family shrines. This unpleasant fate is reserved for those who have not served the family faithfully in life. Dutiful and honorable ancestral spirits often aid in the capture and binding of wayward spirits. These spirits usually go mad and make terrifying guardians. Oh, they use this to their advantage. What in the world? They are ritually prevented from harming mortals of their clans, but does not necessarily discourage them from mischievous or peevish behavior. They are exceedingly dangerous for intruders. At the same time, if an intruder can penetrate the spirit's madness and play upon the spirit's resentment of his own clan, the angry spirits may manipulate. There's talk about spiritual warfare. What in the world? So the Dunmer know how to deliberately make a spirit go mad. Literally just to make them more dangerous to intruders. That is fascinating, but also like, I don't know. It's just very grueling. Honest, that is crazy stuff. Who here can freaking imagine that? That's crazy stuff. Oblivion. The existence of Oblivion is acknowledged by all Tamrielic cultures, but there is little agreement on the nature of that other world, other than it is the place where the Aedra and Daedra live, and that communication and travel are possible between this world and Oblivion through magic and ritual. The Dunmer do not emphasize the distinction between this world and Oblivion as the human cultures of Tamriel, as do the human culture of Tamriel. They regard our world and the other world as a whole, with many paths from one end to the other, rather than two separate worlds of different natures with distinct borders. This philosophical viewpoint may account for the greater affinity of elves for magic and its practices. Foreign views of Dunmeri ancestor worship and spirit magic. The Altmeri and Bosmeri cultures also venerate their ancestors, but only by respecting the orderly and blissful passage of these spirits from this world to the next. That is, Wood Elves and High Elves believes it is cruel and unnatural to encourage the spirits of the dead to linger in our world. Even more grotesque and repugnant is the display of bodily remains of ancestors in ghost fences and ash pits. The presentation of finger bones in a family shrine, for example, is sacrilegious to the Bosmer, who eat their dead, and barbaric to the Altmer, who inter their dead. The human cultures of Tamriel are ignorant and fearful of dark elves in their culture, considering them to be inhuman and evil, like orcs and Argonians, but more sophisticated. The human populations of Tamriel associate Dunmeri ancestor worship and spirit magic with necromancy. In fact, this association of the dark elves with necromancy is at least partly responsible for the dark reputation of Dunmer throughout Tamriel. This is generally an ignorant misconception, for necromancy outside the acceptable clan rituals is most abhorrent abomination in the eyes of the Dunmer. The Dark Elves would never think of practicing sorcerous necromancy upon any Dark Elf or upon the remains of any elf. However, Dark Elves consider the human and orcish races to be little more than animals. There is no injunction against necromancy upon such remains, or on the remains of any animal, bird, or insect. Imperial policy officially recognizes the practices of Dunmeri ancestor veneration and spirit magic as a religion, and protects their freedom to pursue such practices, as long as they do not threaten the security of the Empire. Privately, most Imperial officials and traders believe Dark Elf ancestor worship and displays of remains are barbaric, or even necromantic. Telvanni necromancy. Ooh, we're getting into House Telvanni. Let's go. House Telvanni is one of the major so when I said micro-governments, in regards to Morrowind, by micro-governments, I mean, you basically have, like, you have major houses, right? And these major houses are almost like, I don't know. Wow, how would I describe it? It's almost like if you had the concept of lords and ladies, but a bit evolved. I'm sure that there is an actual political term for it. But like you have essentially these houses that basically hold the sway of the
the lay of the land in Morrowind. Like you do have like a tribunal deitist order that like is practically absolute monarchy. I mean, they're practically like priests, you know, like god priests. But you have the houses that basically run the shots of how things go in the world of Morrowind. And so this is Telvanni. This is one of them. Telvanni are like highly revered, revered and renowned mages. The Telvanni are adept masters of necromancy. They do not, however, practice necromancy upon the remains of dark elves. Sanae Telvanni regard such practices with loathing and righteous anger. They do practice necromancy upon the remains of animals, and upon the remains of humans, orcs, and Argonians, who are technically no more than animals in Morrowind. Shucks. Yeah, the Dark Elves are, like, almost collectively, not all of them, but, like, blatant racism is like super prominent in Morrowind. So there's that. Publisher's note. This book was written by an unknown scholar as a guide for foreign visitors to Morrowind shortly after the armistice was signed. More like the Dork Elves. Get 'em, Pamder. Sick 'em, Pams. Get 'em with a... Many of these practices have since fallen into disfavor. The most obvious changes are those regarding the practice of necromancy in the Great Ghost Fence. Dunmer today regard necromancy upon any of the accepted races as an abomination. The Ghost Fence have forced many changes in the practice of ancestor worship, with the vast majority of ancestors' remains going to strengthen the Great Ghost Fence around the mountain of Dagoth-Ur. There are very few clan ghost fences in Morrowind. The temple discourages such practices among the houses as selfish. The upkeep of family tombs and private waiting doors has also fallen into disfavor, as very few remains have been buried in these tombs and shrines since the armistice. In recent years, most Dunmer venerate a small portion of their ancestors' remains kept at a local temple, which you do see in Solstheim and the Dragonborn DLC. So we'll have to keep our eyes out for that. That was a pretty long one for what it was, actually. And Descendants of Dwemer Law. Honestly, Dwemer stuff freaking hypes me out. Or hypes me up. Alright, let's go ahead and read a couple more. My throat gets so dry so quickly. Oh my gosh. Tomorrow I'll definitely be in better shape. Oh man. Alright. Antecedents of Dwemer Law. This book is a historical account of the development of Dwemer law and customs from its roots in High-Oven culture. In short, so far as I'm able to trace the order of development and the customs of the Bosmeri tribes, I believe it to have been in all ways comparable to the growth of the Altmeri law. The earlier liability for slaves and animals was mainly confined to surrender, which, as in Somerset Isles, later became compensation. And what does this matter for a study of our laws today, so far as concerns the influence of the Altmeri law upon our own, especially the Altmeri law of master and servant? The evidence of it is to be found in the very judgment which has been recorded for the last 500 years. Think, Mark! 500 years! It has been stated already that we still repeat the reasoning of the Altmeri magistrates, empty as it is to the present day, and I will quickly show how Altmeri custom can be followed into the courts of the Dwemer. In the laws of Cardnar Watch, PD? 1180. What is PD? Post-Dominion? There's an Altmeri Dominion technically now, like in this day and age, where Skyrim takes place, but there was a different, stronger, vastly different Altmeri Dominion order thousands and thousands of years ago. I don't know if PD stands for post Dominion, where like after the Dominion fell. The thing is, though,
Speaking lore-wise, the Aldmeri Dominion technically won the Three Banners War, though, so I'm not sure if the Dominion disbanded at some point. I didn't think it did. I don't know. It's interesting. If one who is owned by another slays one who owns himself, the owner must pay the associates 3 fine instruments and the body of the one who is owned. There are many other similar citations, and the same principle is extended even to the case of a centurion of which a man is killed. If, at the common workbench, one is slain by an animunculi, the associates of the slain may disassemble the animunculi and take its parts within 30 days. It is distinctive to compare what Dark has been. It's interesting. It's almost like they hold machines accountable. Man, we should do the same thing with freaking self-driving cars. It is instructive to compare what Dark has mentioned concerning the rude beasts of the Tenmar forests. If a marsh cat was killed by an Argonian, his family were in disgrace until they retaliated by killing the Argonian, or another like it, but further. If a marsh cat was killed by a fall from a tree, his relatives would take their revenge by toppling the tree and shattering its branches and casting them to every part of the forest. It's pretty intense, honestly. I almost feel philosophically, it does make kind of sense, you know? There are losses that we conceive in the real world where it's just like accidents happen and there's no accountability. But this book is just kind of like, yeah, the Dwemer are like, if a machine, if something machine-y or something machine related ends up killing them, or if a tree branch falls and kill them, destroy the machine. Destroy the tree. It's it's so interesting. Zora in the box. I think I'll be good for one more book. One more book. That is a longer one. I think Dunmer of Skyrim? Or we could read one of the Herbane's bestiary books. That'd be pretty cool. We could learn about ice wraiths, those little shits that have been chasing me around and I've been scared of. Ice wraiths. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised how well we've been able to handle ice wraiths. Ice wraiths always screwed me up in previous runs. Herbane's bestiary. The Ice Wraiths. 17. Last Seed. When winter's chill descended upon me as I traveled further north through the frozen plains and mountains, I settled in at the inn at Dawnstar for a moment, of respite and a warm meal. Another traveler there told me to be cautious, that there are creatures who settle into the powder white of the snow, with nary a clue to the careless until it is too late. He went on and on with wild gestures of what? Wait, what, Wonderbolts? What? What's so funny? A fantastic tales of merchant expeditions being killed by the beasts. His stories frightened the other inn patrons. Dork elves? Oh, you saw dork elves? Yeah. Brutal. That's brutal. Pander did not freaking hold punches, man. His stories frightened the other inn patrons, but I will not be turned by a coward's tale. I will see these from my own eyes, for those icy caves and snow-capped peaks of the north are exactly the type of places that call to an adventurer like me. It did not take me long to find what I sought. These ice wraiths are lucid, serpentine creatures of magic, as if conjured from the frozen tundra and glaciers of Skyrim itself. At one with an environment that makes them nearly invisible, these ethereal apparitions are the death of many Nords. Now don't I know it, if not by their sudden unholy strike that casts their entire body through their target, and then by the malady of Witbane, a curse of infection that dulls the intellect and makes the target even more the victim. As deadly as they are, ice wraiths are simple-minded in their determination, and combat is a straightforward affair. in brute force, and a sharp blade are enough to fell these savage creatures. Only the hardiest of men would hope to survive just one of these beasts, and I have slain 2 with general ease. It's good that I've found I can make decent coin selling these ice wraiths' teeth. Ice wraiths' teeth, as they are a prized ingredient in alchemical potions. That will continue to afford me the opportunity to search these lands for a challenge worthy of story, for I have yet to see what would make me tremble.
Yeah, what the heck? We got Conan the Barbarian? Freaking, going around, making, bestiary reports? Pretty fascinating, huh? Oh, man, I really should start, like, a checklist as to all the books that we read. I mean, I kind of recognize after so long which ones we've already read, but, it's neither here nor there. My punches are like milk, says Pams. I skim in 2% and go right for the whole punches. Oh, freaking bars, Pams. Bars, man. Alright. Hey, guys. My throat is butchered. It's not even that it's, like, terribly, terribly sore. It's just really dry, and I feel that it is, like, getting pretty scratchy. And I am also exhausted. Again, I had meant to start streaming so much earlier. Here, let me go ahead and get to the just chatting screen here. I had meant to go live so much earlier. I had a bit more energy at the time of 11, but then there were just so many issues that this computer was giving me. But honestly, I'm glad that I was even able to come along and spend a couple hours with you guys. I was really determined to spend time with you guys and at least just read some books. You know, I wanted to play Skyrim, but Skyrim was being a little shiitake. But at least we got to read some books and hang out for a bit, and that does a lot for me. I love hanging out with you guys. I will be back online tomorrow night. I'm gonna get some things situated with this computer well in advance. Hey, you figure I came back from being out of town, and I kind of went straight to doing a bunch of stuff here, back at home, and then going straight into this. I don't know. I don't think I need an excuse. Sometimes these computer problems do just happen. I just kind of wish they weren't as frequent as they've been. Needless to say, it's been a very messy night. That definitely, I feel, translated into the stream a bit, but I really do appreciate you guys being here, and I appreciate you guys bearing with me for even a little bit. But I am exhausted. I'm going to regain my strength and finally get, hopefully some solid rest so that we can have a banger tomorrow. And on that note, let's see who we can raid. Who is live tonight? Who is live tonight? Simon is doing some art. Hero Corgi is doing some wild assault. Yeah, we got quite a few people who are actually live tonight. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, Wonderbolts. I really appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate all the support and you spending time with me. You know, it means a lot. I'm glad that you have a good time when you're here. Yeah, you know what? I think I wanna coast us into something a little lower octane, because I do like hanging out with you guys for at least a little bit after we raid someone. There in the chat, if you guys are, of course, open to sticking around following that. But no pressure. If you guys got stuff to do, you know, you have your own lives, don't sweat it. What is Simon drawing today? That is a good question. Let me take a look. Let me see what Simon Red is sketching.
It looks like they're doing a portrait scene. It looks to be in a greenhouse of sorts, of a smaller human-like character tending to plants, and there's a bunny in the picture. That's really okay. That's really cool. That's really sweet. Yeah, let's go. Oh, and thank you, by the way, for the aviators again. Wonderbolts. Go ahead. Get that raid going for Simon Red. Hey, that rhymed. That's pretty sick. Okay. Well, as contentious as this evening was, I really do love and appreciate you all for being here. It's been a crazy year, 2025. Lots been going on. And you know what? 2026 is bound to be just as, if not more crazy. But you know what? I look so forward to spending with you guys. Thank you for being here for the first stream of 2026. We will have more good times tomorrow with more energy and a lot more fun, that's for sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and give Simon Red some love. Oh, I almost forgot. I didn't put a raid message. Excuse me. I almost forgot. There we go. Almost slipped past me. All right. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. But yeah, no, for those who were here for even just a little bit, or if you were here for, majority of the duration, either way, I really appreciate you. I have been your host of Rootyradio, Rooty Bear. Make life an adventure out there, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Be seeing you.